Hi there everyone, Scott here. This is Scott Talk, and today we're going to be talking about male pattern baldness. Now this is a video I've wanted to make for many years because I watch so many YouTube videos, I read so many articles about male pattern baldness because, as obvious, it's something that's affected me. Now I want to make this video just to share my own thoughts, my own story, and hope that if anyone out there is watching this who's going through the same thing, it might help in just even a small way just to know that someone else is going through the same story. Because I know for myself, when I'm worrying about something in life, I turn to YouTube. And I think a lot of other guys do as well, well, everyone does. Anyways, so let's start with my story. The first time I really knew anything about hair loss was when I was a kid. I saw my dad going through hair loss. He was like in his 40s. And he started getting the whole priest bald bit back here. And I remember my first reaction as a kid was to take the piss out of him for it. I said some really bad jokes, which was stupid. And I remember once my dad looked me dead straight in the eye and he said, "Scott, it's going to happen to you one day." And that line haunted me. It always stuck in my head. Now in secondary school, I had very long hair. It's like down to my head. I don't know why. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my hair. I didn't care about clothes, and I was very shy, and I got bullied. I didn't enjoy school. I hated it. Now when I finally left school, I cut my hair, and I started getting into clothes. It was an awful sense of style at the time, but I had this huge amount of confidence. I felt invigorated, and it felt great. Like I felt good when I felt I looked good. So one of the courses I did in college was hairdressing, believe it or not. This is before barbering, I think, was as cool as it is now. I wanted to try something different, so I thought, meh, I'm going to do it. So I did a year of hairdressing, and I was awful at it. But I felt in that year I learned a lot more about hair, and I started to really research hair more. So in my own time on the internet, I researched male pattern baldness, and I remember one of the main things I found was that you can look at the males on your mum's side of the family, and that will give you a clue of what's going to happen to you. And a lot of the males on my mum's side of the family I look like, and they're all bald, and I remember it freaked me out. Fast forward to my early 20s, and I started slowly seeing the corners of my hair around the temples recede. And I did loads of more research, and I determined in my head it must be a maturing hairline. I convinced myself it's got to be that. Because I did not want to go bald. I thought, you know, this new confidence, I think subconsciously I was thinking, my confidence I get from being the guy who's stylish and stuff is gonna go if I don't have my hair. So I put it down to that and I forgot about it. And over the years it was definitely going back a bit more, but I normally just act like I didn't see it, and I just refused to go into it. Until once I went to the barber and I asked for, what's it called? A slick back. I asked for a slick back because it was cool at the time, and I thought, man, I think I could pull that off. I like to try different hairstyles. So I got that, and as he was cutting, I remember looking in the mirror thinking, what the hell is going on here? My recede was now very, very visible. So I went home and I looked in the mirror, and after that point, I became very, at times, obsessed about it. I would keep over and over and over again looking in the mirror at this spot, at these recedes, and I would take pictures at different angles. I'd ask friends and family, it's not going back, is it? And I remember there was a picture of me of Instagram where someone said something about a receding hairline. Again, winding me up, until I decided the best way to deal with it was I went to my barber and I was honest about it. I said, I'm losing my hair, I'm really self-conscious of it, can you help me? And that was a great barber who he suggested getting a straight fringe, which at the time worked great. They definitely did cover it. I looked like the guy from Dumb and Dumber, Jim Carrey. And then I later went on to do like a pushover style, and that worked until recently. But what I found was that the front was thinning out, so that was getting just harder and harder to do, and I had to keep getting haircuts to keep it really short to pull that off. Now, I find every now and again friends and colleagues and stuff would make jokes about it, and in my sort of mid-20s I would always take it really badly, really upset. It could ruin my night if someone said something about it. and I was just so conscious about it. And I remember I used to always, when I met new people, I'd bring it up straight away that I was insecure about it, because I felt like if I told them, it would hurt less than if they just randomly brought it up. They said, "Oh, Scott, you're losing your hair," because that really messed with my head. My head, getting muddled up there. So, last year, I'm 28 now, so last year I decided, I'm living in a new city, I got a change of my social scene, so I decided to shave it, buzzed it all down to a 3, and initially loved it, but I received a couple of nasty comments on social media, only a few, and it really messed with my head, and over the next couple of months, as my hair grew back, freaked out, thought, I hate it, I can't do it, until a couple of months ago, I looked at those pictures and those videos of myself at that time. I was like, why did I freak out so much? I looked absolutely fine. It wasn't that bad. And we've come to this isolation time, and I thought this is a great excuse to shave it again, because a lot of guys are doing it because they can't go to the barber. So I whipped it off, and I really like it. I think I look fine. I am a lot of the excuses guys will give themselves. Oh, I can't shave my head. I've got a big forehead. Oh, I can't shave my head. I'm pale. I look like I'm ill. I can't shave my head. You know, I'm blonde or whatever. I feel I look fine. I do have a big forehead. Don't care. Give a shit. You know, I am gone all the way down to the skin, yeah. But in the future, I definitely would. I think it works with my beard. I think I look fine. And what gave me the confidence to do it now was just the thought of everyone doing it. It's also, I've got a new girlfriend who was very supportive of just like, she didn't really care whether I had the hair or not. She thinks she'll still love me. And she's liking me with the shaved heads, which, you know, it's great for your confidence. And I've recently just been putting a lot more, I've always been into my fashion, like I said, but I've been especially just putting a bit more thought into the look I'm going for, and that's given me really confidence that I don't care about the hair. So yeah, and I've also been putting a lot of the energy that I could have put into worrying about my stupid hair into fitness. I'm the fittest I've ever been in my life, and that also really makes me feel good, makes me feel confident. So that's my experience of going off with that. What made me want to share this story is a channel called The Bald Calf. I follow this guy on Instagram, YouTube. He basically interviews a lot of people and just helps them deal with it, because his sort of idea is to just whip it off and just move on, which I think is fantastic. And I found from just watching a lot of his stories, I just think, like, I can do that, and I did, and I feel good, and you know, I don't care anymore. So yeah, I hope that video has helped anyone, and I'm just going to leave the video with one question to my girlfriend. Thanks for watching. A bit different. What change have you seen in me since I've shaved my head?
I think you've changed a lot. Like, you don't mess with your hair anymore, you don't talk, well, you talk a bit about your hair, but I think it's more positive. And yeah, I think you just seem a lot more freer as a person, you seem more excited just about general life. I think you seem more yourself. I think you put in more effort into your outfits than what you were when you were with your hair, because I think with your hair you were sort of like hiding behind it and sort of like hiding behind that insecurity, and now you've just ripped it all off. It's like, yep, this is me, this is Scott, you know,